The saloon door swung shut behind me with a hollow thud. But it wasn't the wind. It was Lily's tiny hand, frozen mid-push, her eyes wide as saucers. Karen's palm cracked across my daughter's cheek like a gunshot in the dusty Wyoming afternoon, the sound echoing off the warped wooden planks of the old frontier bar we'd come to call home. In that split second, as Lily crumpled to the ground clutching her face, I felt the world shatter, and something primal inside me, the father, the fighter, the man who'd lost everything once already, snapped like brittle bone. I lunged forward, my fist connecting with Karen's jaw before she could even spit out her next venomous word, the crack of it satisfying in a way that terrified me. Blood bloomed on her lips as she staggered back into the saloon's shadowed interior, the patrons gasping like they'd witnessed the ghost of some Wild West showdown. But as the chaos erupted, sheriff sirens wailing in the distance, Noah's voice cutting through the din like a lifeline, I realized this wasn't just about protecting Lily. It was the fracture line in the life we'd built, the one that would either bind us tighter or tear us apart forever. Wyoming's endless skies stretched above us like a promise unkept, the kind of vast blue that made a man feel both invincible and utterly alone. We'd moved here 5 years ago, Noah and I, chasing the American dream in its rawest form, a ranch on the outskirts of Laramie, where the wind whispered secrets through the sagebrush and the mountains stood sentinel against the regrets we'd left behind in Chicago. I was Benjamin Hayes, 37, a former high school history teacher who'd traded chalkboards for cattle drives, my days now spent mending fences and teaching Lily the constellations at night. Noah Whitaker, my anchor, my everything, 35, with that easy smile and calloused hands from years as a mechanic, was the one who'd convinced me Wyoming could heal us. We'd adopted Lily 3 years back, a wide-eyed bundle from the foster system, her laughter the glue that held our patchwork family together. That afternoon, though, laughter was the last thing on anyone's mind. We'd driven into town for the annual harvest fair, Lily skipping ahead in her sunflower dress, her pigtails bouncing like golden springs. The saloon, really just O'Malley's, a relic from the 1800s repurposed as a community hub with swinging doors and a jukebox that still crooned Johnny Cash, was the fair's unofficial heart. Strings of chili pepper lights dangled from the eaves, and the air smelled of fry bread and regret-soaked whiskey. "Open the damn door, you little brat." Karen's voice had sliced through the crowd first, shrill as a hawk's cry. She was the town's self-appointed gatekeeper, mid-50s, peroxide blonde with a perm that defied gravity, married to the local real estate king who owned half the county. Karen Ellis, the kind of woman who weaponized politeness until it drew blood, her Bible study group a thinly veiled court for gossip and grudges. Lily, ever the polite soul, had paused at the door, holding it for the family behind her, a gaggle of Karen's bridge club cronies. But the wind gusted, catching the heavy oak panel, and it swung back just as Karen barreled forward, her designer purse swinging like a mace. The slap landed before I could process it. Lily's cry pierced me deeper than any bullet ever could, her small body hitting the dirt, a red welt blooming on her porcelain cheek like a cruel accusation. Time fractured. I was across the 10 feet between us in a heartbeat, my boot kicking up dust as I grabbed Karen's arm, not to restrain, but to propel. My right hook was instinct, honed from too many bar scraps in my misguided youth, the impact vibrating up my arm like Judgment Day. She went down hard, her jaw shifting unnaturally, a gurgle escaping her throat as blood sprayed the threshold. The crowd froze, old-timers at the picnic tables, fairgoers with cotton candy hands mid-reach, then exploded into motion. Phones whipped out, filming the assault like it was the Super Bowl. Noah was there in seconds, his truck screeching to a halt at the curb, leaping out with that firefighter's grace he'd never fully shaken from his Chicago days. Ben, Jesus, what the hell? His hands were on me, pulling me back as Karen writhed, her friends swarming like angry bees. Lily sobbed into my shirt as I scooped her up, her face buried against my neck, the salt of her tears mixing with the metallic tang of Karen's blood on my knuckles. Sheriff Harlan pulled up, lights flashing, his mustache twitching like it had a life of its own. "Hayes," he drawled, eyeing the scene with the weariness of a man who'd seen too many saloon-side squabbles. "Reckon this ain't your finest hour." By nightfall, we were in the ER waiting room, Lily's cheek swabbed and bandaged, her spirit bruised but unbroken, coloring quietly with the crayons the nurse had scrounged. Noah paced, his jaw tighter than mine, that familiar worry etching lines around his green eyes. We'd been here before. Not this exact hell, but close. The adoption fight, the sideways glances from neighbors who whispered those two behind picket fences. Wyoming was better than the city in some ways, wilder, less suffocating, but its underbelly was the same, small minds in big landscapes. "You could have killed her, Ben," Noah whispered when he finally sat, his hand finding mine under the harsh fluorescence. His touch was fire and forgiveness, the kind that had pulled me from the abyss after my ex-wife's overdose left me shattered. Before Noah showed me love could be a quiet dawn, not a storm. "She touched our daughter," I growled, the words tasting like ash. "What was I supposed to do? Ask nicely," he sighed, that deep rumble that always unraveled me. "We're not them, Ben. Not the monsters who hit first and regret later." His thumb traced my wedding band, the simple silver one we'd exchanged in a backyard ceremony under the Tetons, with Lily scattering wildflowers. But now, the whole town's talking. Karen's lawyered up already, the fallout hit like a prairie fire. By morning, our Facebook group, Laramie Locals, where folks shared lost dog posters and bake sale flyers, was ablaze. That queer cowboy finally snapped. One post read, anonymous of course, racking up likes from faces I'd nodded to at the feed store. Karen's hospital selfie, jaw wired shut, captioned "Victim of Hate," went viral locally, her bridge club turning it into a crusade. Petitions circulated for my arrest. The saloon's owner, Old Man O'Malley, barred our entry with a handwritten sign, "No troublemakers." Noah fielded the calls at the garage. His boss, a burly vet named Gus who secretly baked us pies at Christmas, clapping him on the back with gruff solidarity. "Ellis woman's been poisoned since she moved here from Cheyenne. You tell Ben I got his back." But the strain showed in Noah's silences. The way he'd stare at the coffee pot like it held answers to questions neither of us wanted to voice. Lily, bless her, bounced back fastest. "Daddy Ben, why'd that mean lady hit me?" she asked one evening, tucked between us on the porch swing, the stars winking like conspirators. I swallowed hard, glancing at Noah, whose gaze urged gentleness. "Some folks are scared of different, Peanut. They lash out, 'cause they don't know how to love big like we do." She nodded solemnly, her bandaged cheek a fading moon. "I love you both big as the sky." Then, with a yawn, "Can we get ice cream tomorrow? Even if the saloon's mad?" Noah chuckled, pulling her close, but his eyes met mine over her head, storm clouds gathering. That night, as Lily slept, we lay tangled in sheets that smelled of pine and us, his body a map I'd memorized through 1,000 touches. I need you to promise me, he murmured against my collarbone, that we'll fight smart next time. For her. For us. I traced the scar on his rib from a shop accident years back. The one that mirrored my own hidden wounds. I promise. I lied. Because deep down, I knew the real fight wasn't with Karen. It was with the ghosts in our bones, the fear that one wrong swing could cost us everything. Weeks blurred into a tense standoff. Karen's lawsuit dropped like a bombshell. Assault, battery, emotional distress, seeking damages that could bankrupt the ranch. Her lawyer, a slick Casper import named Hargrove, painted me as the villain in depositions, the aggressive outsider terrorizing good Christian folk. The local paper ran the headline, Ranch Hands Rage Rocks Fairgrounds, complete with a photo of Lily's tear-streaked face blurred for privacy. But the damage was done. Protesters picketed our gate one Sunday. Signs reading, "Protect our kids from deviants." Their chants carrying on the wind like curses. Noah and I retreated inward, our love a fragile bunker. Evenings became rituals. Him fixing my busted knuckles with arnica and stories of his abuela's tamales. Me sketching lesson plans for Lily's homeschool pod to shield her from the school's whispers. But cracks formed. He'd come home late from the garage, smelling faintly of engine grease and someone else's concern. Gus's niece. Maybe, or just the weight of it all. I'd snap at small things, like the mud on his boots tracking our kitchen floor, my apologies lost in the dark. One night, after a particularly brutal court date where Hargrove grilled me on alternative lifestyles, like it was evidence of instability, Noah didn't come to bed. I found him in the barn, silhouetted against the lantern light, saddling his old mare like he was ready to ride into the horizon and never look back. "Talk to me," I pleaded, the words rough as gravel. He turned, his face a mask of exhaustion. "Ben, I love you. God, more than the stars out there. But this is poisoning us. Lily hears the kids at the co-op calling her fag daddy's girl, and you fighting like it's still the streets of Pilsen. Not our home." His words landed like blows softer than Karen's but sharper for it. I stepped closer, the horse nickering softly. "I'm scared too, Noah. Scared we'll lose her. Lose this." My hand found his, callus to callus. "Remember Chicago? When the world said we couldn't build a life. We did. We will." He pulled me into the stall's shadows, our foreheads touching, breaths mingling in the hay-scented air. "Then fight with me, not against the tide. Let's show them what family really means." That vulnerability cracked me open, our kiss fierce and tender, a reaffirmation under the rafters where we danced our first Wyoming waltz. But dawn brought betrayal's shadow. Gus called Noah in early, voice tight over the line. "Son, you better get down here." Ellis's boys stirring shit. We raced to town. Lily with the neighbor trusted old Mrs. Ruiz, who baked empanadas and didn't ask questions. The garage was a war zone. Tires slashed on Noah's truck. Windows spray painted with slurs that twisted my gut. Fudge Packer go home. But worse. Inside, Hargrove waited with a deputy, flashing affidavits from witnesses claiming Noah had egged me on, whispered encouragements before the punch. Lies, all of it, but seated by one of Gus's apprentices, a kid from Karen's church youth group, paid in whispers or worse. Noah's face drained of color. "This is low, even for her." Hargrove smirked, adjusting his tie. "Justice has a price, Mr. Whitaker. Your partner's rage is one thing, complicity another. The drive home was silence thick as fog. Lily sensed it, drawing us pictures of a family under rainbows, her small hand slipping into mine. We stick together, right? Daddy Noah. He nodded, voice breaking. Always, Mija. But that night, as thunder rolled over the plains, Noah confessed the fracture I'd feared. I talked to my sister in Denver. She offered us a fresh start, job at her husband's shop, schools without the hate. His eyes searched mine, pleading. Ben, we could go. Leave this poison behind. Betrayal stung, not from him, but from the life we'd poured our souls into. And run, like cowards? Lily loves the horses, the stars. This is our home. It's a cage now, he countered, voice rising with the storm. And if we stay, what then? Lose the ranch? Lose her? We argued until lightning split the sky. Words like daggers, my stubborn pride against his protective fear. He stormed to the guest room, door slamming like finality. I lay awake, Lily's soft snores from the bunk above a cruel lullaby, replaying every what if. What if I'd walked away from Karen? What if love wasn't enough against small-town venom? Dawn broke gray, the fairgrounds a ghost town in my mind. I found Noah in the kitchen, coffee brewing, his apology in the way he slid a mug my way, black, 2 sugars, just right. I didn't mean it, he said, voice raw. But we can't do this alone. Forgiveness came easy, our hands linking across the formica, but the wound lingered. We hired a pro bono lawyer from Cheyenne, a firebrand named Elena who'd cut her teeth on civil rights cases. She dove in like a hawk, uncovering Karen's history, DUIs swept under rugs, a restraining order from her own kin, the Bridge Club a front for pyramid schemes. This isn't about the slap, Elena told us over Zoom, her cat eyeglasses glinting. It's about power. And we're taking it back. The trial loomed like a thunderhead, community lines drawn. Supporters emerged from shadows. O'Malley, defying his own sign to testify Karen had harassed his staff for years. Mrs. Ruiz, marching with signs reading "Love Thy Neighbor." For real, even Sheriff Harlan, mustache quivering, admitted off-record the punch was understandable, if unwise. But the real high tide crashed when Lily took the stand. Dressed in her sunflower frock, bandaged cheek a faint scar, she faced the courtroom with the bravery of saints. Ms. Karen hurt me 'cause I was slow, she said, voice steady as the Rockies. But Daddy Ben hugged it better. And Daddy Noah makes pancakes when I'm sad. They're my heroes. The gallery hushed, Karen's wire jaw clicking in futile protest. Jurors, farmers, teachers, folks like us, shifted, eyes softening. Hargrove's cross-examination floundered. How do you bully a child without looking the monster? Verdict day. The courthouse steps buzzed like beehives. We waited in the annex, Noah's arm around my shoulders, Lily coloring peace signs. Elena burst in, grin wide as the Platte. Self-defense on the assault. Countersuit for Lily's trauma, Karen's paying medical and our fees. Case dismissed. Relief hit like monsoon rain, washing clean. Outside, reporters swarmed, but we slipped through, heading to O'Malley's sign down, door propped open in welcome. The old man poured us sodas on the house, the jukebox kicking up Patsy Cline. Lily danced between us, her laughter the sweetest revenge. Yet victory tasted bittersweet. Noah and I walked the ranch that night, stars a canopy of absolution. We almost broke, he admitted, hand in mine. But we didn't, I replied, pulling him close. Love like ours? It's tougher than any jaw. He kissed me slow, the kind that promised tomorrows, our silhouettes merging against the eternal Wyoming sky. Lily called from the porch, "Come see the fireflies," and in her voice, we heard the future, not perfect, but ours. Human, flawed, unbreakable. In the months that followed, Laramie shifted, subtle as seasons. Karen sold her house, fleeing to Florida with whispers of scandal chasing her like dust devils. The Facebook group bloomed with ally posts, Gus's niece organizing a pride picnic under the harvest lights. Noah and I mentored at the youth center, sharing stories of building families from fragments. Lily the star of show and tell with her ranch tales. One crisp autumn eve, as leaves turned gold on the aspens, Noah knelt by the corral, a small box in his pocket, not proposal, but renewal. For the fights ahead, he said, slipping a new band beside the old, engraved with skybound. I mirrored it, our vows whispered to the wind, through slaps and suits, betrayals and breakthroughs, we'd choose each other, every dawn. Lily, now 8 and fierce, overheard from the fence. You, mushy stuff, she giggled, but her eyes shone. But it's okay. 'Cause family's forever. And in that moment, under America's wide-open heart, we knew she was right. Love wasn't the absence of storm, it was the shelter we built, plank by plank, against it. The first frost etched patterns on our kitchen window like lace from a forgotten wedding, but inside, the air hummed with the warmth of second chances. Lily had taken to sketching our superhero family. Me with a cape made of flannel, Noah wielding a wrench like Excalibur, herself as the pint-sized sidekick with a sunflower shield. Her artwork adorned the fridge, a defiant gallery against the world's gray smudges. We'd won the battle, but wars of the heart don't end with gavels. They simmer, reshaping souls in quiet ways. Noah threw himself into the garage with renewed fire, not just fixing engines but souls, offering apprenticeships to queer kids from the res, teaching them torque alongside tales of resilience. You're building an army, I'd tease over dinner, fork spearing pot roast, Lily mimicking engine revs with her mouth full. He'd wink, that crooked smile melting me. Nah, just paying forward what you gave me. Me? I traded some ranch hours for community college, auditing a counseling course on trauma in families. Elena, our lawyer angel, had nudged me. You've got the scars. Use them to heal. Nights found me poring over texts by lamplight. Noah's snores a bass line to my underlinings. Lily's dreams filtering through the walls like fairy dust. But peace, that slippery devil, brought its own ghosts. One February morning, a letter arrived, crisp envelope from Chicago, postmark faded like old regrets. My ex-wife's sister, Aunt Clara, enclosing a photo, Lily at 3, gap-toothed and giggling on a swing set that no longer stood. Thought you'd want this, the note read. Heard about the trial. Proud of the man you're becoming. Doors open if you ever visit. I folded it away, but the ache lingered, a hollow in my chest where blame once lived. Noah found me later by the creek, skipping stones with more force than finesse. Penny for 'em? He asked, settling beside me, his boot nudging mine. Ghosts, I admitted, the word heavy as river rock. Clara's note. Makes me wonder if I could have saved her. My ex. I mean, if I'd fought harder. His arm draped my shoulders, solid as oak. You saved yourself, then. And us. That's the win. We sat until dusk. The water's murmur absolving. But that night, dreams tangled. Karen's face morphing into my ex's. Slaps echoing like accusations. I woke sweating. Noah's hand on my back. Murmuring, here. Still here. Spring unfurled green and forgiving. The ranch bursting with calves and crocuses. Lily's birthday fell on a Sunday. Her 8th a milestone marked by a hoedown at O'Malley's. Invited. Insisted upon by the old man himself. Girl deserves a proper shindig, he'd grumbled. Stringing lights like battle flags. The saloon thrummed. Fiddles wailing. Kids line dancing in boots too big for their feet. Lily, crowned in wildflowers, twirled between us. Her waltz with Noah drawing cheers. Her spin into my arms applause. Karen's absence loomed. But so did allies, Mrs. Ruiz leading a conga line. Gus two-stepping with Elena, who confessed over punch. This town's got heart under the hide. As cake candles flickered, chocolate, her favorite, Noah leaned in, breath warm on my ear. She's magic. Our girl. Yeah, I murmured, watching her blow wishes into smoke. Ours. But midway through the hoots and hollers, the door swung, not with wind, but purpose. In stepped Harlan, hat in hand, mustache drooping like wilted sage. Hayes. Whitaker. A word. We stepped outside. The night crisp with promise. Stars pricking the velvet dark. Ellis, he started, spitting tobacco juice into the gravel. Dropped the appeals. But there's complications. Her boy's back from college, stirring old pots. Found some emails, your name, Noah's, in not-so-friendly circles. My gut twisted. Karen's son, Trey, a lanky trust fund kid with a chip on his shoulder bigger than the bighorns. He'd testified against us, ice cold as his mama's. What kind? Noah pressed, voice steady steel. Threats. Online stuff, mostly. But one's got coordinates, your ranch. Harlan shifted, uncomfortable in his skin. Ain't official yet, but watch your backs. The party haze soured. We thanked him, sent Lily home with Ruiz, then drove the dark miles in loaded quiet. This ends, I vowed, knuckles white on the wheel. No more running. Noah's hand covered mine. Together, then, dawn brought action. We fortified cameras at the gate, a ranch hand buddy on night watch, but the Real Fort was community. Word spread. Vigils lit our fence with tea lights, notes tucked in jars. Your Laramie strong. Even the paper ran an op-ed, penned by a former bridge club defector. Time to swing doors wide. Not shut, yet Trey struck sly. One muggy June afternoon, as I herded strays from the upper pasture, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A voice distorted but venomous. Fairy tales end. Hayes. Your little family's next chapter? Tragic. Chills spidered my spine. I raced home, finding Noah and Lily safe, but the barn door ajar, a slashed saddle inner tube spilling like guts. No note, but the message clear, fear as weapon. That evening, over meatloaf and mashed, we leveled with Lily. Bad dreams might visit, Noah said, fork pausing. But we chase them away. Teamwork, she nodded, fierce. like superheroes. Pow! Her fist pumped, drawing laughs that eased the knot. But alone later, Noah's guard dropped. "What if they take her?" he whispered, face buried in my neck, body trembling against mine. Adoption papers are ironclad, but these people, I held him tighter, our heartbeats syncing like metronomes. They won't. We're her daddy's blood or not, that's forever. My lips brushed his temple, tasting salt. And you're my forever. His sigh was surrender, our bodies aligning in the dark. Not with fire but solace, a slow unraveling of fears, hands mapping trust. Sleep came fitful, but shared. Summer peaked in heat waves, the threat a low hum. Trey's shadows circled, a rock through our mailbox, slurs keyed into the truck. Elena filed reports, Harlan patrolled extra, but proof slipped like sand. Then, high summer solstice, the storm broke. Lily's co-op picnic, at the fairgrounds no less, irony thick as humidity. We'd packed deviled eggs and her favorite kite, Noah's hand in mine as we walked the paths where chaos had bloomed. Laughter rang, kids chasing frisbees, but my eyes scanned crowds, instinct prickling. It happened fast. Trey, lurking by the cotton candy cart, his sneer a giveaway. He lunged as Lily skipped ahead, grabbing her arm, not hard, but enough to spin her. "Hey, kiddo, your daddies teach you to fight dirty." Rage ignited, but Noah was faster, wrenching Trey back with mechanic's grip. "Touch her again, and you'll wish for your mama's jaw." Trey laughed, wild-eyed. "This ain't over, grease monkey. Town knows what you are." I scooped Lily, her face pale but chin high. "Uncle Meanie," she muttered, clinging. The picnic dissolved into murmurs, but then movement. Gus, Elena, Ruiz, a dozen others forming a wall. Voices rising. "Back off. Boy, go home to Florida." Harlan materialized, cuffs glinting. Trespassing, harassment, got witnesses this time. Trey spat, but deflated, led away sputtering. The crowd parted, not with pitchforks, but palms, claps for us, hugs for Lily. O'Malley appeared with free sodas, booming, "On the house, heroes." As dusk painted the sky lavender, we flew Lily's kite, tails streaming like victory banners. Noah's arm around my waist, his whisper featherlight. "We did it. Not done," I corrected, but smiled. Stronger. That night, under a meteor shower, Perseides streaking like blessings, we made love on a blanket by the creek, slow and sacred, bodies whispering gratitudes. Afterward, tangled and sated, Noah traced my scars. "What now?" "Live," I said. "Love louder." Fall returned, leaves a carpet of copper. Trey's charges stuck, restraining order, community service, and Karen's silence was golden. Our family deepened. Lily's first horse show, blue ribbon proud. Noah's garage expansion, rainbow flag subtle on the door. Winter whispered peace, snow blanketing sins. One Christmas Eve, as carols crackled on the radio, Lily unveiled her gift. 3 woven bracelets, magic strings from yarn and dreams. "So we stay tied," she declared, tying them with solemn ceremony. We wore them through the years, threads fraying but bonds enduring. Wyoming taught us, love's not fragile glass, but forged steel bent, never broken. In America's heartland, we carved our legend, one defiant step, one tender touch, at a time. New Year's dawn cracked cold and clear. The ranch a sugar-dusted wonderland where Lily's mittened hand carved angels in the snow. Her laughter a clarion against the quiet. Noah and I shoveled paths, breaths clouding like secrets shared, our bracelets glinting under sleeves, a talisman against the years unknown. Resolution? He asked, leaning on his shovel, snowflakes catching in his lashes. To build, I replied, pulling him close for a kiss that tasted of pine and promise. Not just survive, the word guided us. Spring saw the youth center thrive, our sessions packed with teens trading stories under the banner Out Here, Out Loud. Lily, now the unofficial mascot, led icebreakers with her kite tails, her scar a badge of battles won. Pain makes pretty stories, she'd say, dimples flashing, disarming doubts. But roots stir deep, and Chicago's pull tugged subtle. Aunt Clara's letters evolved from photos to pleas. Cities changed, then. Pride's bigger, streets safer. Noah fielded his sister's calls. Denver's lure a siren song of stability. Just visiting, he'd insist, but his eyes wandered to job listings when he thought I slept. Tension brewed slow, like coffee left too long. One April afternoon, as I mediated a center squabble, two boys, fresh out, clashing over coming out scripts, Noah texted, in Casper. Interview. Back by dinner. My thumbs hovered, then, proud of you. Love. Dinner was meatloaf, Lily chattering about school plays. He arrived late, tie askew, grin tentative. Good gig. Benefits. Close to mountains. And us. The words slipped, sharper than intended. His fork paused. Always us. But options, then. For Lily, the argument simmered unspoken that night, our bed a neutral zone of backs turned. Lily's cough from her room, spring sniffles, drew us together at midnight, co-parenting in hushed tones, her forehead cool under our palms. Team, she mumbled sleepily, easing the rift. May bloomed contentious. Elena visited, her Denver firm poaching her for bigger fights, but not before dropping a bomb. National spotlight. Your story, Saloon slap, family stand, it's ripe for a docuseries. Producers calling. We balked. We're not circus acts, Noah said, arm possessive around Lily. But Elena persisted. It's power. Amplify voices like yours. Lily, overhearing, piped up, can I be in it? With my kite. The pitch meeting came virtual. Suits from LA gushing authenticity. We signed cautious, stipulating control. Lily's face blurred. Our ranch a set, not spectacle. Filming started summer. Crews respectful. Capturing Noah wrenching under hoods. Me counseling by campfires. Lily riding bareback at sunset. Fame's whisper crept. Local news spots. Then national CNN segment on Heartland Heroes. Invites flooded. Pride keynotes. Foster panels. Noah shone. His mechanics drawl charming panels. I grounded. Stories laced with grit. But under lights, cracks gleamed. One July night, post-interview hangover, Noah confessed over beers on the porch. Denver called back. Lead mechanic. Tuition for Lily's college fund. My beer paused mid-sip. You're leaving. Not without you, his eyes pleaded. But Ben, this town's healing. Sure, but scars run deep. What if? What if we stay and thrive? Countered, voice rising with crickets. We've bled for this ground. He stood, pacing. Bled. Yeah. But is it enough? Lily deserves worlds. Not just Wyoming. The fight escalated. Words weapons. My stubborn fool met his scared settler. Lily, roused by shouts, peered in pajamas, tear-streaked. No fighting. Team. Guilt crushed. We knelt, apologies tumbling, her hugs a bomb. Promise? Noah whispered, tucking her in. To me later, I can't lose you to this place. Nor I you to escape, I replied. Our reconciliation fierce. Bodies colliding in the hall, urgent and unspoken, reaffirming in the shadows. August heat pressed. Filming wrapping with a bang. A reenactment picnic. Actors stumbling lines. Lily directing from sidelines. Premiere loomed fall. Buzz building. But Trey's ghost resurfaced. Parole hearing. Karen petitioning leniency. Her letter leaked. My boy learned. Forgive. Like Jesus. Harlan warned. Eyes open. We did. But complacency crept. Labor Day weekend. The fair returned bigger, bolder, with a unity stage nod to our saga. Lily entered pie contest. Apple crisp her weapon. Noah judged horseshoes. Bias obvious. I manned the center booth, handing flyers amid handshakes. Dusk fell. Fireworks primed. When chaos ignited. Trey somehow slipped through, cornered Noah by the Ferris wheel. Words slurred with beer. Think you're heroes? You're freaks. I'll burn your fairy tale. Noah shoved him off, calm as quartz. Walk away, kid. It's over. But Trey swung wild, fist glancing Noah's jaw, not breaking, but bruising pride. I arrived running, Lily in tow, pulling Noah clear as security swarmed. Trey arrested again, this time assault charges flipping script. The crowd, our crowd cheered, not for violence, but vindication. Fireworks burst, stars and stripes in sky, Lily's pie taking blue. Home, ice on Noah's cheek, I tended with whispers. My fighter, he chuckled, wincing. Your lover, our night deepened, touches healing, love a quiet revolution. September brought premiere, small theater in Cheyenne, standing ovation, tears streaming. Critics hailed raw Americana, but we saw mirrors, flaws and fire. Offers poured books, talks. Noah deferred Denver, anchoring here. October harvest. We hosted center bonfire, stories circling flames. Lily roasted marshmallows, declaring, best family ever. Winter whispered again, but warmer. Clara visited, Chicago tales bridging gaps. Lily's aunt now grandma in all but name. Noah's garage boomed, pride flag proud. My counseling gig formalized, grant funded. One snowy eve, as auroras danced rare over plains, Noah pulled me to the hill. No more what-ifs, he vowed, breath clouding. Here. With you. I kissed him, snowflakes melting on lips. Here. Lily joined, snow angels tripled. In that frozen moment, America felt vast and kind, a canvas for our colors, painted bold. Valentines crept soft, the ranch of Valentine itself, pink ribbons on fence posts, Lily's handiwork, fluttering like hopeful hearts. Noah surprised with a trail ride at dawn, thermos of cocoa steaming, our horses' hooves muffled in hoarfrost. "For us," he said, handing reins, his glove lingering on mine. We rode slow, breath syncing with the land's rhythm, mountains etched purple against pearl sky. At the overlook, where we'd scattered wildflower seeds post-trial, he dismounted, pulling a flask. "To loves that endure," sipping, I leaned into him, wind whispering approvals. "Endure? Hell, we evolve." Back home, Lily's card explosion. Glitter-bombed envelopes for my daddies, my world. Her school play cast her as Annie, irony sweet, rehearsals filling evenings with songs of tomorrow. But evolution stirs undercurrents. March brought Elena's wedding invite, Denver nuptials, her bride a poet with tattooed verses. "Be my best men," she demanded over wine. We RSVP'd yes. Lily flower girl giddy. The trip tested. City pulse jarring after prairie quiet, traffic a snarl to our open roads. Denver gleamed, craft brews, rainbow crosswalks, Noah's sisters hug warm as promised. But at the rehearsal dinner, his old boss cornered. "Still open, Whitaker." "Your call." Noah demurred, but seeds planted. Lily thrived. Planetarium awe, zoo romps, but bedtime stories carried homesick sighs. "Miss my horse," she'd murmur, clutching blanket. Return felt anchor drop, but ripples lingered. April showers birthed doubts. Noah poured maps. "Just dreaming," I countered with center expansions. New wing groundbreaking. Our names on plaque. Hayes Whitaker Haven. Clash brewed Memorial Day. Parade marching veterans and floats. Lily waving flag from our truck bed. Post-march barbecue at Gus's. Beers flowing. Talk turned tides. Wyoming's changing. Gus boomed. Flipping burgers. "Thanks to you too. A vet buddy." Grizzled Korean War echo. Clapped Noah's back. "Heard your mechanic gold." Cities missing out. Noah's laugh rang forced. That night, storm raging, it erupted. "Why fight it?" he yelled over thunder, pacing kitchen. Denver's future, better schools. No ghosts. "Ghosts are everywhere," I shot back, voice cracking. "We make our future here." Lily's door creaked, her silhouette small. "Stop, please." Sobs racked her. We crumbled, piling onto her bed. Apologies a chorus. "I love our home," she whispered. "With you both." Dawn's truce, family hike, wildflowers nodding forgiveness. But fracture mended crooked. June swelled with play premiere. Lily's Annie belting orphans' anthems. House roaring. Post-curtain, Clara arrived unannounced. Chicago wind in her hair. "Surprise audit," she winked, hugging fierce. Over pie, she cornered us. "Ben's been dodging visits." "What's the hold?" Noah's eyes flicked mine. "Life's full here." Clara nodded sage. "Full's good. But roots need tending always." Her week blurred. Museum trips. Lily's anti-stories of my wild youth. Departure tugged. "Come soon," she urged, kissing cheeks. Alone. Noah admitted. She's right. Balance. July heat baked tensions low. Center camp launched. Teens tenting. Noah leading auto clinics. Me facilitating circles. Lily counseled juniors. Her scar a story spark. One eve. Round fire. A boy 16. Res raised, confessed. "Your family's brave. Makes me think I can be." Noah's arm squeezed mine. Tears pricked. You already are. But August whispered warnings. Trey's release, probation tight, Karen's move permanent. Harlan's check-in, eyes peeled. We installed gates. But fear's a thief. Labor Day fair redux. Bigger crowds. Unity booth thriving. Lily's craft stall. Bracelets like ours, sold out. Funds for center. As Ferris will spun. Noah pulled me aside. Denver interview. Virtual. No commitment. Betrayal bit. Soft but sure. Why now? To know, he said. Eyes earnest. For us. I nodded numb. Fair lights blurring. Home. Lily asleep. Confrontation brewed. If you go, I won't, he vowed, hands cupping face. But dreaming's not leaving, his kiss sealed, bodies affirming in lamplight, love's language fluent. September equinox. Clara's nudge bore fruit. Chicago trip booked. Foster conference my excuse. Noah joined. Lily with Ruiz. City assaulted senses. Skyscrapers stabbing sky. Lake Michigan's roar. Panels inspired. But nights wandered Wrigley ghosts. My ex's haunts. Noah's abuela's old block. One windy dusk. Pier walk. He stopped. This pull. It's past. Not future. Relief flooded. Ours is west. October harvest moon. Return sweeter. Center wing ribbon cut. Lily's scissors snipping. Cheers echoing. Elena. Honeymoon glow. Toasted. To homes built bold. November chilled. Thanksgivings tripled. Turkey with Gus. Empanadas at Ruiz's. Stargazing hours. Lily's essay won school prize. My two daddies. One heart. Read aloud. Applause thundering. December solstice. Auroras graced again. Hilltop. Blankets wrapped. Noah's gift. Star map. Our first Wyoming night etched. Guides, he murmured. Lily's telescope spied. Family stars. In that celestial hush. We vowed anew. Not against world. But with it. Love, we learned, isn't conquest. It's constellation. Points connected. Shining collective. January's bite sharpened resolves. The ranch a fortress of routines. Lily's riding lessons. Her pony a fluffy bay named Comet. Noah's garage innovations. Solar chargers for electric dreams. My center group swelling. Virtual links to urban allies. But fortunes will turn sly. February frost. A call shattered. National network. Docuseries spin-off. Heartland legacies. Emmy buzz. Book deals dangled. Your voices. Producer cooed. Inspire millions. We hemmed. Lily's eyes wide. TV stars. Noah's caution. Spotlight burns. But Elena pushed. Leverage. Fund the haven. We signed. Filming resuming. Intimate now. Home vignettes. Lily's day in life charmed cruise. Our love. Captured candid. Felt exposed. Vulnerable. March Madness. Premiere Gala. LA red carpet daunting dazzle. Lily in velvet. Us in suits tailored rare. Flashbulbs blinded. Questions probed. Wyoming hate? Family secrets? Noah's Armstead. My quips deflected. Inside. Toasts rang. But whispers stung. Token queers. A suit sneered. Overheard. After party haze. Noah cornered producer. Real stories. Not props. Affirmation earned. But seed of doubt sprouted. Home April. Whirlwind lingered. Invites cascaded. TEDx, podcasts. Lily's school buzzed. Friends clamoring autographs. But under glow, shadows, online trolls, slurs resurfacing, fame frauds, May bloomed backlash. A blog, anonymous, venomous, Hayes hoax, Saloon staged, doctored photos, Karen's ghost penning. Views viral, doubt rippling local. Harlan investigated, debunk swift, but damage dented. Center donations dipped, whispers at co-op. Lily, overhearing taunts, withdrew. Am I bad famous? Heartbreak. We cocooned movie nights, fort building, promises of us first. June solstice, Counter-Strike, town hall, our fireside chat packed. Noah's wrench metaphor, fix what's bent, don't scrap the ride. Laughter healed, pledges poured. July heat, Lily's camp counselor role, guiding tots, her poise parental. Noah's Garage hosted Pride Tune UPS, free for families. My book outline flowed, swinging doors, love in the heartland. August storm, literal lash, tornado warning, us hunkered basement, Lily's stories warding winds. Calm after, rainbow arched, omen, September harvest, book agent signed, title locked. Fair finale, unity parade, our float, kites and wrenches, grand marshal. Lily waved queenly, Trey's absence peace. October chill, Clara's sequel visit. Chicago invites extended. Legacy tour, we plan spring jaunt. Bridges building. November thanks. Elena's baby news. Godparents us. Joy doubled. Lily's play reprise. Her directing debut. December deepens. Holidays layered. Hanukkah lights with center kids. Christmas carols cowboy style. New Year's Eve. Hill vigil. Resolutions etched in snow. Grow. Together. But January's gift. Positive test. Not ours, but Elena's circle widening ours. February. Baby shower prep. Lily's anti-aspirations. March. Book draft done. Feedback fierce. Raw. Real. Noah's pride palpable. Edits collaborative. April showers. Fame's echo. Oprah call. Super soul spot. We flew. Lily's first plane whoop. Stories shared soul bear. May. Return triumphant. Center expansion funded. Wing 2 groundbreaking. June. Wedding anniversary, ours. Backyard vow renewal. Lily officiant. Wildflowers confetti. Through storms. Noah echoed. Ring-kissed. July. Lily's 9th. Dude ranch sleepover. Stars her birthday candles. August. Book launch. Laramie signing. Lines outdoor. Tears and toasts. September. School start. Lily's leadership club. Her platform, kindness campaigns. October. Clara's stay. Family photos framed. Histories harmonized. November. Thanks feast. Tables groaning. Toasts to trials turned treasures. December solstice. Aurora's encore. Telescope trio. Wishes whispered. January's resolve. Podcast launch. Voices venturing. February. Valentine vow trail eternal. March. Elena's birth. Nephew. Our circle complete. April. Book tour mini. Heartland hops. Homes affirmed. May. Center gala. Auction our memorabilia. Funds flourish. June. Pride month peak. Parade grand. Our legacy float. July, summer camp legacy, Lily head counselor. August, storm survived, unity stronger. September, harvest heart, fair family full. October, chill chase, leaf peeps, love leaves. November, thanks tide, gratitude games. December, year close, stars salute. In cycles, we spun not unbroken, but beautifully bent. Love's arc, American as apple pie and open skies, ours to claim, chapter endless. Years folded like accordions, each pleat a lesson etched in laughter lines and quiet scars. Lily turned 12 in a blur of braces and basketball, her game fierce as her questions deepening. Daddy Ben, why do some hate us still? We'd field over hot cocoa. Truths tempered with hope. Fears their fight. Peanut. Ours is love. Noah's Garage evolved empire. Whitaker Works. EcoHub with WinTech. Employing a dozen. Half queer. Half conspirated. His TED Talk, Wrenches and Hearts, went viral. Invitations global, but home anchored. World's big, but our corner's best. My book birth trilogy. Swinging Doors series mentoring margins. Proceeds plowing center fields, now Haven campus. Dorms for at-risk youth. Counseling became calling. Sessions with vets like that Korean echo. Their thanks heavier than awards. Clara's visits ritualized. Chicago our second soil, Thanksgiving there. Skyline toasts to ghosts laid. Lily bloomed bi-coastal. Debate team champ. Her essays Family Frontiers published teen mags. But Tides test. Lily's 15th. Driver's permit panic. Noah white-knuckled passenger. Me shotgun stories of first wrecks. Freedom's thrill-soured sophomore year. First crush. A girl named Mia. Confusion cresting. Daddies. Am I? She ventured. I stormy. Noah hugged first. You're you. Mija. Labels later. I added. Love spectrum, ours gay. Yours whatever rainbow. She exhaled. Exploring gentle. Me a morphing friend. Then fade. Resilience her ribbon. 17. College apps loomed. Yale beckoned scholarships. But Wyoming clung. Stay close. Noah murmured. Catalogs curling. World needs her. I countered. Pride warring worry. Decision. UW Laramie. Commute home. Balance struck. Teen. Graduation gala. Cap gown glow. Her speech. Doors swung wide. Echoing our saga. Cheers cathartic. Post-party. Porch swing. She gifted remade bracelets. Upgraded. For adventures. Noah teared. Our girls flying. I held tight. Nest always open. College fall. Empty nest echoed. Noah and I rediscovered duo dates. Diner booths. Stargazing sans stories. Miss her chaos, he'd admit. Hand in mine. Me too, I'd reply. Kiss chasing quiet. But us? Still magic. Haven thrived. Lily interning summers. Her psych major mirroring mine. One winter break. She brought home Alex. Soft-spoken artist. Non-binary. Nerves nodding. Dinner vetting gentle. Acceptance instant. Welcome, kiddo. Spring 22. Our 20th. Vow renewal grand. Center venue. Lily maid of honor. Elena's taught ring bearer. Vows updated. Through empty nests and full hearts. Lily's 21st. Bar none. Mocktails. Barn dance. Alex toasting parents extraordinaire. 25. Her wedding small. Sagebrush chapel. Alex in vows vowing like you too. We walked her aisle. Tears twin tracks. Grandkids came gradual. First, Elena's echo. Then Lily's twins. Boy-girl whirlwinds named Noah Benjamin. Legacy loop. She grinned. 60s crept. Silver threading our hair. Joints creaking like old saloon doors. Noah's wrench hand steadied mine on walks. His still handsome winks winning winces. Center named dual, Hayes Whitaker legacy. Scholarships our shadow. Books anthologized. Films optioned. Our story celluloid. Authentic arcs. One autumn. Karen's obit fluttered. Florida fade. No amends. We toasted neutral. Rest her storms. Lily's 40s. Her clinic opening, trauma therapy. Our blueprints. Your slap started it, she joked. Hugging. Dad's punch, Noah corrected. Laughing. 70. Health hiccup. Noah's ticker faltered. Bypass blur. Lily bedside. Me vigilant. Recovery ranch slow. But his grip iron. Not done dancing. 80. Golden gala. Center centennial. Us honored. Lily emceeing. Speech hers. They taught swing doors not just open, but hold. Twilight years. Porch rockers synced. Grandkids climbing knees. Best life, Noah whispered. Hand-laced. Best love, I echoed. Lily's eulogy. Post Noah's quiet pass. Heart full. Not failed. Wove our tapestry. He swung doors with wrenches and warmth. Mine followed seasons later. Her voice steady. Dad broke jaws for justice, but mended hearts forever. In stars' embrace, we watched, constellation complete. America's dream not distant, but daily, ours woven eternal.